Okay, so we're going to be going over your stances for your first try. So the very first stance is your horse stance, or kiwadach. So Ryland's going to step out with both legs about twice the width of his shoulders. So he's going to step out both legs just like this, go. And he's going to pull his hands to the side. Okay? Now we're going to have the knee over the toes. Your toes are forward, your hands are pulled back nice and tight, almost creating like these chicken wings. If your knees are not over your toes, if they're kind of collapsed inwards a little bit, what happens is then pressure begins to come naturally down right here to the side of the knee. And as we all know, pressing to the side of the knee is not healthy, right? So if he needs to open up both of these knees, like he's opening up his adductors, opening up those thighs, and he's going to be pushing his feet inward to the ground. So he's got inward pressure on his feet and outward pressure on his thighs. This allows, kind of like a corkscrew motion, allows him to dig into the ground. And then now, since the knees are just above the toes, like it naturally should be, because if you were to stand up, your knees are above your toes naturally, right? So now, pressure is going straight down into the knee, as it should, into the foot. So it may feel a little harder on your thighs, however, it is much healthier for your knees, and you're not going to be doing surgery down in your 40s or 50s, right? We get to avoid that knee surgery. Okay, and relax. So when you're in class and we tell you to move into kiwadach, you're going to add a ki to it, and this is what it looks like. Kiwadach. Hajime. Good, just pulls nice and quick. Make sure you get these hands pulled back, nice and tight. Good. And yame, relax. Okay, the next one is your zenkotsudachi, your front stance, and you're going to be stepping forward. You're always stepping forward into your stances. We typically start off with the left leg in the front, so this is Ryland's left leg. He's going to step it forward. Okay. And we're just going to show you the stance right now. We're not going to show you a little too much about the hands just yet. So this front knee should be bent to where when Ryland has his head straight and eyes are up, if Ryland were to look down toward his front foot, he should not be able to see his toes. So don't bend your head. Just look down with your eyes. Can you see your toes or no? No, that's good. Okay. Now if Ryland's knee was pulled back a little bit, don't bend down with your head, just look with your eyes. Can you see your toes? Yes, you can, right? So you want that knee forward so you can have proper pressure. Make sure your hips, again, are adjusted. You can already have your hands just fighting stance. This back knee should not be locked in place. It actually should be bent, right? Not like super duper bent, but bent enough to where he can have enough pressure into the ground. And if possible, he wants to try to get both toes pointing completely straight. That's ideal. Now, we understand that sometimes there can be flexibility issues in the ankles. So if the foot is just slightly off to the side, that's okay. Just as long as it's not completely twisted to the side, like at a 90 degrees. This is completely different, and this is going to be bad pressure on your knee. Right? So forward. Good. And then just turn to the side in the same exact stance. So right here. Okay, so now as you see, his weight is centered. He can be pushing, and he's got plenty of pressure on the back leg and plenty of pressure on the front leg. Typically, it's about like a 60% and 40%, or maybe even, sometimes people say like 55, 45. 60, 40 is pretty common as well. Good. And the whole idea is to be able to drive forward. So relax. Okay, so toes forward. All right, and zenkotsudachi, hajime. Good, and then when we have them switch, it's just kind of like a little mini jump and then switch, hajime. Good, and switch again, go. And switch again, go. And relax, good. And that's your horse stance and your front stance.